This module will show you how to assign devices by DM server. To see how many DM servers are assigned to the core server, go to System, DM Server Management. DM Server Management shows you the number of DM servers and their status, whether they're connecting to the core server or not. It shows you the device count, or the number of devices assigned to each of the DM servers. It also shows the version of FM Audit, which is the private MIB penetration for other vendors' devices. This is an important one. This shows the last time the DM server has communicated with the core server. This shows that all of them are communicating today, so that's good news. The host name of the servers and the IP address of the servers are shown in the second and third columns. This is a good view to be looking at if your customer has a very large network environment. Each of the DM servers is doing the majority of the communication for the devices that are assigned to them. For example, the first DM server shown here has 64 devices reporting to it. Each device sends its status information and configuration information to the DM server, which then reports it to the core server, which in turn reports it to the database. But as far as the direct communication with the 64 devices, that all happens on the DM server. When you're in this display, you will have to manually refresh this to get updated information. In some cases, you might actually have to close and reopen this list to see the updates. You can go to the device list and actually display a column that shows the DM server. Right-click on a column and select Columns, then select DM Server. As we've seen before, to lock the order of the columns for scrolling purposes, right-click the column and select Freeze. Freeze the first two columns, and then find the DM Server column and freeze that one. You'll notice it moves to the left next to the first two frozen columns. Next, we can save the view. Notice that when I try to save this view, it gives me an error. That's because this view has been previously saved. We'll select the saved view and notice that both the DM server column and the last communication time of the device were previously saved. If you want to apply a filter to isolate just the devices that are on a specific DM server, simply select the Filter button and select the DM server from the drop-down menu. You can then also export that list to a CSV file. When we open the CSV file in Excel, notice that it only displays the devices that are on the one DM server that was filtered. When working with DM servers, it is most efficient if the devices that are added to the DM server are local to the server. Here's an example. Let's say we know that all devices at 10.89.20 should be reporting to a particular DM server. What we can do is go back to the devices list and we can filter that by IP range. First, we need to remove the DM server as the filter and select Enter to get all the devices listed again. Then we can filter on 10.89.20 and select Enter again. This should be assigned to a different DM server, the one called DM12. Right now it's on DM1. To reassign it, simply right-click on it and select Move Devices to New DM Server. Select the new DM server from the drop-down list, select OK, and you can see it is now reporting to a new DM server. Most customers organize their devices by geography. You can decide which DM server you're going to assign these groups to. So you can go to a particular group. For example, in North America, in the United States, you can see all the devices are now in Alabama. You can move devices into California by going to that group, right-clicking, and selecting Rename Edit. Select the Yes checkbox for assigning existing devices matched by filter criteria. Select the DM server, and select the DM server using the drop-down list. Then click on Select All to find all the devices on that DM server. When you select OK, those devices will be moved to the California group.